Reason I'm making this really quick video is because Fraser Institute just released its annual Tax Freedom Day report. June 19 is the very sacred day in 2023 when the average Canadian family is finally done working for the government and can now keep the rest of what they earn to feed, clothe, and house their family. Yes, you heard me correctly. If you were to pay all of your taxes up front, everything you've earned so far up until June 18th went to the government. So half the year. Now, these are just averages, of course. The average Canadian family will earn $140,000 and pay over $64,000 in taxes. Might be more for you, might be less. Depends on how much you make and depends on what province you live in. The point is, I'm a financial planner. I plan out people's financial futures for a living. It's what I do. I do it all the time. And usually by default, most people pay way more attention to how much they're paying in debt than to how much they're hemorrhaging in taxes. And I understand that. I hate debt. I was actually just reading an ancient proverb this morning, and it says, "The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender." And it's so true. Debt puts us under someone else's thumb. But that said, most of us are not paying half of what we earn in interest on our debt, but we are paying half of what we earn in taxes. So financially speaking, taxes are actually our worst and our biggest liability. So when I build out financial plans for people, I am always very interested in finding whatever ways we can to stop the bleeding wherever possible. Unfortunately, if you want to do things legitimately and honestly, there's really only so many things that you can do, and we do them. But ultimately, all that we can do is just work with whatever we have left after we've minimized taxes as much as we possibly can. And if we have less left over because so much of it has gone to taxes, then that means that we have less left over to reduce our mortgages, to take care of our families, and to save a bit for a decent retirement, which are all totally normal and reasonable goals. And please hear me, I don't have a problem with taxes. I actually enjoy living in a society where we're all chipping in so that we can have a decent society and a decent base standard of living. I'm cool with all that. I like paved roads. I like nice schools. I like healthcare. Those things are great. But if the weight of tax becomes too heavy and it eats up too much of our pie, then it reduces the amount that we can put towards these other totally reasonable and good goals. Of course, if all this tax that we were paying led to higher standards of living, cleaner cities, better healthcare, shorter wait times, etc., then we probably wouldn't have too much to be annoyed about. But look around. Clearly, it has not. It doesn't have to be this way, though. As a country and as provinces, we can choose to move in a different direction. We can choose to have less debt. We can choose to have more reasonable amounts of tax. We can choose to replace the people who manage these things for us and replace them with people who actually care about us. Maybe you're one of those people. I don't know. But what I do know is that as an advisor, I highly advise that we get on this.